Thank you.
So good evening, everyone, once again. Thank you so very much for being here tonight. I want to thank you for being on time because we said this meeting is going to commence by 8, and I see a lot of people are already in the house at 8 o'clock or before 8 o'clock. My name is Alex Ibori, and I am a brand ambassador of PHYTOSCIENCE plant stem cell therapy. For tonight, we will be having a wonderful personality that's going to be taking us on a smooth drive. But before we will be talking about that person and when he is coming, I want to enjoin us to please mute our devices.
Did Alex good evening?
So for the sake of decorum, I have just done that. Now for the smooth sail of this presentation, I'm going to be choosing for us tonight some people who will be piloting the affair of this presentation with us, just for smooth sail. So I'm going to be picking some people to be co-hosts with us tonight. Madam Anka Murawaye, good evening and welcome. You will be one of our co-hosts. Mr. Olawale, thank you for joining. You're going to be one of our co-hosts. Please, I want you, all my co-hosts, to help me to mute any device that is not muted. We will not want any noise because what we are here to talk about is a serious thing, and we do not want anybody to distract or make a noise that is not allowed.
I'm not ready to sound it.
Thank you so very much. I will still pick co-host as I continue with this presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not news anymore that in the world today, a lot of things are happening in the negative concerning our health. And top on the list that scares human is cancer. Let me call the word cancer. I just have to call the word. It is something that is, when it is mentioned, it brings fear in the mind, in the heart, in household. And because according to the celebrations in the world or notifications in the world, tomorrow, 4th February 2025 will be the World Cancer Day. So to help in creating awareness, we wish to sensitize a lot of people on what cancer is and why we need to do a lot, or why we need to know more about cancer. To do that for us this night, it's going to be kind of an interactive section. I want to enjoin you. If you have questions, please note them down, because at the end of this presentation, you will have the opportunity to ask questions. I want this room to be filled up. We are 58 right now. In a very short time, I want to hear Alex. There is no space in this room anymore. For those who are just joining us, my name is Alexandra Igori, and I am a PHYTOSCIENCE brand ambassador. I will not be the one talking about cancer today because I do not see myself as qualified to do that. To do justice to the topic, cancer, giving hope and all on everything
leave it to
cancer.
Okay. Because the network.
Is someone of high reputation, someone I highly respect. He is here in our midst. I'm talking about the MD of Premier Life Public Consults, and he is also the Dr. Victor Zoga of Imperial Medical Center. Dr. Victor, please, I want to invite you to this podium. The beautiful thing also is that Dr. Victor is a member of PHYTOSCIENCE, plant stem cell therapy. If your hands are not too busy, ladies and gentlemen, help me go to the chat room and welcome Dr. Victor. Say some words of welcome, or you can go to the emoji and lavish emoji on Dr. Victor. Please, I want everybody to say welcome to Dr. Victor in the chat room. Please, let's see you. Send welcome to Dr. Victor.
Thank you.
Dr. Victor, people are welcoming you already.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so very much, Doctor. And
thank you. We can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Thank you.
I'm trying to find you so I can replace the spotlights.
All right. Okay. So can I start?
Yes, you can start, sir. And I will be asking you a few questions, but I will want you to start at your own pace. Then I'm going to ask you
doing something
serious. Yes, so Doctor, everybody is saying welcome. We want to welcome you, and we are leaving you with a podium. Thank you so very much, sir.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you very much. I want to appreciate PHYTOSCIENCE for this opportunity to share knowledge and awareness on something that destroyed many families, many homes, and it's good to talk about today.
Your network is not so stable, sir. Can you hear me? Your network is a bit shaky. It's not so stable.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's echoing kind of.
Okay.
Well, there is a large echo.
Wow. Maybe it's clear. You have to
It's not clear at all. It's not clear. Hello, we can hear you, but there is this large noise.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I think it's better.
All right. Thank you very much. So, like I said earlier, we are dealing with one of the most devastating ailments in the world, and it's called cancer. And tomorrow, It's our World Day Cancer. And the theme for this year, 2025, cancer is united by unique. United by unique. So this year's celebration is really one and special, where there's a need to create more awareness about this monster. So I've coined the topic, which I said is going to be conquering cancer, hope, resilience.
Hello, doctor. Hello, doctor. The audio is very, very bad. We cannot hear you at all. We cannot hear you again.
Hello.
It's breaking badly. It's breaking. If you can change direction, you can just help us change direction, and let's see if it's going to be better. Thank you. You can log out and log in again. Just log out and try and log in again. We can hear you a bit, but there is this large light behind you.
Let's forget about it like for now. Hear me to be important right now.
We can barely hear you. We can barely hear you. We can barely hear you. Can you log out? Can you log out and log back in?
All right, let's try that.
Are you back in, sir? Hello, doctor. Wow. Hello, doctor. Are you back in? Our time is really running out.
Okay, I don't think he's back in yet.
Okay.
Just now he left.
Oh, okay. Okay, ma'am. Hello? Can anybody see Dr. Victor? Is he back in now?
Not yet, ma'am.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Better, better. This is better. Thank you so very much,
All
Doctor.
right. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So this year's World Cancer Day has been tagged United by Unique. So this is a unique one where we all have to go out and create awareness regarding this devastating disease that have directly or indirectly affected one family or the other. We are also be concerned about cancer because if awareness is not directly affected us,
It's breaking again. It's breaking again. What did you do? You did something and the whole thing came together and it's breaking again. Or can you do without the earpiece? Can you do without the earpiece?
All right.
No, it's echoing.
It's echoing.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. What do I do? What do I do? Okay, change position right now. Is it like? Okay.
Okay, let's go. Let's see how it's going then, so that we can quickly go through the questions we have here. A lot of people are waiting. They want to know. People want to know how safe they should be or how safe they are. So let's take. Thank you.
Is it clear?
A bit, but there's this dragging noise. There's this dragging noise after you. There's this dragging noise after you.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, let's just. Okay, someone is suggesting if you turn off your video and leave only the audio. I don't know
Turn
how
off the video.
Turn off the video and let's have the audio.
All right. How is it now?
Better.
Wow. Is it better now?
Yes, it is.
Wow. It's okay. All right, fine. So today we are gathered here to commemorate World Cancer Day against tomorrow, 4th of February, which is the actual day. So as you used to know, PHYTOSCIENCE is always ahead. So we are a day ahead of the real day. So I want to enjoin each and every one of us to sit down and listen very carefully, because the topic of discourse is an interesting one regarding health. And like I said earlier, directly or indirectly, we may have had one occasion or the other to be affected with this devastating disease. So we shall be looking at certain things that as it relates to cancer. And I would like us to know that this is the year to promote and prevent the disease. The more we promote it and the more we tell our stories, or the more we tell the stories of our friends, the more we create more awareness and we form a formidable team that will deal with this formidable disease. Cancer actually affects us all, directly or indirectly, like I said earlier on. What are the burdens of cancer? Cancer is one of the leading causes of death worldwide. Now, according to accounting to about 10 million deaths in 2020 alone. It is a disease that knows no bound, affecting people of all age, children, teenagers, adults, elderly ones. It has a culture or social economic background that says, oh, for this type of people, it will not affect them. The emotional and financial drain and social toil of cancer is seriously immense. It leaves families and communities devastated. What are the types of cancers? Now, we have over 100 types of cancer, and of over these 100 types, they are actually subtyped into 4 major types. We have one that we call sarcoma. The sarcoma are the cancer that starts or begins in the connective tissues. When I talk about the connective tissues, I'm talking about cancer of the bones, cancer of the soft tissues like cartilage. All right, that's number 1 category. The next one is carcinomas. The carcinomas are cancers that begins in the epithelial cells. The typical examples of this type of cancer are the breast cancer, the colon cancer, the lung cancer, the liver cancer, and others. And then we have the 3rd type, which we call the leukemia. These are type of cancers that begins right from the blood cells. A typical example is the one that affects the white blood cell, which is called the leukocytes. And it's called leukemia. So we have another one called lymphomas. The lymphomas are the ones that actually begin from the immune system. And the typical examples are those lymphomas. So those are the 4 major we have and then the risk factors and how prevention can be taken. Now, cancer, there are certain risk factors that increases or likelihood of developing the disease. These factors include physical inactivity, poor diet, excessive alcohol consumption, exposure to carcinogens. Carcinogens are agents that causes cancer. So these are some of the risk factors that we have, and the good news is that many cancers can actually be prevented and can be treated, but when detected as early as possible. And some of the things we can do to prevent us from having this cancer or being exposed to any of these risk factors are that we must have a healthy lifestyle choice. We must choose to live healthy. And we all know this is one of the things PHYTOSCIENCE stands for. We have to get a regular screening and checkup. Like I said earlier, when it is detected early, it is easy to treat. When it has entered the last stage, it becomes more difficult and people will start running up and down. And before you know it, it's become devastating. Then vaccination is very, very key also for some of those cancers that we require vaccination to prevent them, like HPV, like human papilloma virus, like hepatitis B. Now, it is important that when those vaccines are rolled out, we take them to prevent any of these cancers that, can be prevented via vaccination. Then also trying to avoid live a healthy life and live a life that will be devoid of cancer. Now, let's quickly, look at diagnostics, treatment, and support. Receiving a cancer diagnosis can be devastating. There's no doubt about that. But it's essential to remember that there is hope. Now, advances in medical research and technology have led to the development of effective treatments, including one, surgery. Now, when we talk about surgery, there are 2 types. There's what we call the surgery. There are 2 types of surgery. There's what we call curative surgery, and there's what we call debunking surgery. All right. So the curative surgery looks at where the cancer cells are and they are removed. But the debunking surgery looks at the surrounding tissues. Apart from removing the cancer, it also looks at the surroundings, removing some of the surrounding tissues. And then we have chemotherapy. Now, on chemotherapy, we have radiation beam, where the radiation is heated on the cancer cell from outside. We have internal, a radioactive element is introduced via delivered into the blood to target the cancer cells. Then we have radiotherapy. Then we have immunotherapy. And then we also have stem cell therapy. How we explain all these form of therapies and how they affect or how they are carried out. For example, therapy. Now, what is it enhancing the immune response? That's what it does. And then there's also cancer, like I said earlier on concerning the HPV. And what this vaccine does is that it stimulates the immune system to attack the cancer cells. There's also a targeted therapy, which we regard as number one, monoclonal antibodies, where specific cancer cells are targeted and destroyed or taken care of. Then we also have small molecule inhibitors. Now, these small molecule inhibitors do their work by blocking cancer growth and divisions. Cancer will proliferate and divide rapidly, uncontrollably. So what it will do is to put a stop, block them, the growth, and then the divisions. Then we have stem cell therapy. Now, one of the things the stem cell therapy will do is repopulating immune system. It repopulates the immune system. And what that means is that it replenishes immune cells to enhance cancer fighting capabilities. That's number one. Number two is differentiating into cancer fighting cells. So the stem cells have the capability to differentiate itself into a cancer fighting cells, thereby converting it into immune cells that can actually target the cells of cancer. So that is of each of them have their own up and down. So in addition to medical treatment and care and their family, palliative care and hospice care. Now, I'm trying to conclude right now. Cancer is a formidable foe, but it is not invisible. Together, we can actually conquer cancer through one, raising awareness and education, just like as we are having it today, promoting preventive and early detection, supporting cancer research and treatment, providing emotional and practical support to those affected. Now, let us unite, just like the theme for the year have said, to fight against cancer. And let us remember that every action counts, every voice matters, and every life is precious. So what can we do to make a difference? Number one, we have to share our story or a loved one's story to raise more awareness. Number two, we need to donate to reputable cancer organizations. We need to participate in cancer research studies or clinical trials. We need to volunteer our time to support cancer patients and also cancer family. We need to make a healthy lifestyle choice to reduce the risk of having cancer. And my final thoughts this night as we commemorate World Cancer Day, let us honor the courage and resilience of cancer survivors. They are warriors, they are generous. The caregivers, these people are fantastic, and healthcare professionals. Let us remember the lives lost to cancer and recommit ourselves to fight cancer and its diseases. Thank you. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining PHYTOSCIENCE today. Thank you for joining the team today. Together we can make a difference and create a world where cancer is no longer a life-threatening disease. God bless you all.
If your hands are not too busy, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to please help me, Dr. Victor, whooping emoji. I know the network has not been fair with him. He has been moving his seat from one place to the other. He tried to make everything possible for every one of us. I see the struggle. I see the resilience. I see someone who wants to deliver what he had. And I know, just like he mentioned, that survivors are warriors, they are armies, they are everything, they are soldiers. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he must be beating his chest like I am like a Boy Scout this night. I must be ready no matter what the network is tossing at me. I have to show that I am stronger than cancer. I'm stronger than what the network is bringing my way. So, Dr. Victor, we are saying a very big thank you to you, despite that everything is looking like glory. You try to give it your best, and thank you so very much for not giving up on the network. Thank you so very much, sir. And we have a series of questions that we want to ask. But before I ask my questions, I want to ask you, did you pick anything from what Dr. Victor said tonight? Did you pick anything at all? Did you catch anything out of everything? Did you? Were you able to put down something? Yes. I'm going to ask Dr. Victor maybe one or two questions. Then I'm going to allow 4 persons. 4, I think 4, just 4. I'm going to allow 4 persons to ask questions. So if you want to ask Dr. Victor questions on cancer, I will want my co-hosts to please help me apply Hawk Eye now so that we'll see people in their order of raising their hand. So I want you to raise your hand now. Just go to the emoji button, raise your hand if you want to ask a question. We will be taking only 4 questions. And we have living proof. Please, I want co-host, please help me check. We have living proof. Would that be only living proof asking question tonight?
One person had dropped a question in the chat room, but I think it's better if the person is around and can ask the question
Please.
live.
I think we will want you to ask your question. Okay, I have Archibald. I also have now. Okay, number 1 question that I want to ask Dr. Victor, this is not part of the 4 questions. Mr. Duke and living proof, I have 2. Then we will be taking 2 more apart from those first 2. Dr. Victor, I want to ask this question. What is the origin of cancer? How did it all start? How back can we date cancer? Can you please answer that question? Because a lot of people think the cancer just sprang up on us one day. We woke up and there's something called cancer. Can you please help us with that question?
Okay, all right. Can we hear me, please?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so there's a lot of different theories as regards the origin of cancer, where cancer is originated, where did it start from? About the theory of cancer origin is somatic mutation theory. Now, under somatic mutation theory, this theory says that, or rather propose that cancers arise from genetic mutation that occur in the somatic cells. So when we talk about somatic cells, we're talking about the non-reproductive cells, which we call the body cells. During an individual's lifetime, that cancer, due to somatic mutation, can begin and start from the body cell, not reproductive cell, but non-reproductive cell. It starts in the somatic cell, which is the body cell. Number two theory is genetic predisposition theory, which also suggests that some individuals are born with genetic mutation that increases their risk of developing cancer. In other words, you and I will face the same environmental problem or pollution or factor, but yet I didn't have the cancer, but you are predisposed to cancer. Reason because your genetic makeup, which of course you have inherited, is weakened or is susceptible to that has made you, because you have now exposed yourself to a certain environmental factor or carcinogen or any other thing that can lead to it. You have it, but I don't have it. Despite the fact that both of us are exposed to the same environments. Then the third theory that was also proposed was what we call the epigenetic theory. The epigenetic theory talks about the cancer arises from epigenetic changes, such as DNA methylation. Methylation is a big topic that maybe one of these days I would like to talk about. Okay, methylation simply means addition of methyl group into a particular system, and it holds a whole lot when it comes to health. It's a whole topic we will discuss, and then histone modification that affects the gene expression without altering the underlying DNA sequence, and that was the epigenetic theory. Then we have the fourth one, which is known as infectious disease theory. And this theory says that cancer originates from or is caused by infectious agents such as virus, as in the case of HPV, human papilloma virus, or bacteria, as in the case of Helicobacter pylori. So these are theories that was proposed as to how cancer begins and the various aspects and types that we have. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes,
Hello?
you have. Yes, I am here. I was just going through some of the notes I'm taking, and I don't know if you are taking notes. Despite that, Dr. Victor is very fast. I want to show you my book. Wow, because we don't know where we may need one of this information any of these days. So I think I'll leave my second question because I see we are having some hands up so we can entertain them. All the questions and answers should be through by 8:52. So we have 10 minutes for all the questions, 8:52, so that we can share with you what our therapy is like and what it can do for cancer. Thank you. So we have living proof in this order: living proof, Duke, and Sekina Lawal. So please, can my co-host help me unmute living proof, and we'll love it if you can put on your video living proof. Thank you.
Yes, living proof, you can unmute. You've been asked to unmute.
You can ask your question, living proof.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, my name is Living Proof. I want to thank my company for this opportunity and for celebrating with those that have cancer and the awareness and everything we are doing to commemorate the Cancer Day. I want to say big thank you to our company. My question is, at stage 4, I think that is the last stage. How can we quickly attend to people with cancer at that stage? I mean, the dosage just to rescue them at stage 4. They discover, they run to us. How can we save their lives? I mean the dosage. How can we give them back to back, at least to save them at that stage? Thank you very much.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, very well.
It's okay. So this is it. I will not discuss dosage with you here. That's the more reason why you need to see a medical professional to decide that. One, dosage is based on what is the patient going through. It can even be stage 2, and the patient is going through a whole lot. So we don't treat the name, whether stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. We look at it holistically. What is the patient going through before you can talk about dosage? So dosage is not just when you down and say, oh, this is the dosage for stage 4, and then take this. No. You need to consult a professional to guide you in that. Then the professional have to see, one, look at the result of the person. If possible, look at the person physically, maybe if the person is not available, online check. Or if the doctor can go and check the person physically, he will do that. Then before he can finalize and say, okay, at this stage. But again, it's not advisable for anybody, and that's why we're creating this awareness, to leave yourself to stage 4. Stage 4, you're on your own, is 50-50. So, and that's why we say early detection and go and check up. Even when you don't feel like you are sick, check yourself. There may be something hiding somewhere. I hope I've answered your question, ma'am.
Thank you very much, doctor. Yeah.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So can we have Duke? Duke, please unmute.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Duke. Please, can your video come on?
Oh, it's not convenient to. I beg, please, maybe some other time I will do that, please.
Okay, go ahead with your question.
I want to find out, is breast cancer at the advanced level, is it reversible with PHYTOSCIENCE?
Doctor, someone has a question.
Is that the question? Okay, yes. So it's reversible with PHYTOSCIENCE products.
Yes.
Remember, when at the advanced stage, like I said earlier on, it's related to the last question now that was asked. Anything can happen. It actually can be treated, but there's a whole lot that need to put in place. One, what is the person eating? 2, what is the person exposed to? 3, what is the dosage? 4, is this person running constant and regular checkup to know the stage and how the improvement is going? Is it taking the right dose? Because at a time, some people will say, oh, I'm tired. They will stop. They will reduce on their own. They will reduce it. On their own, they will. So they do all sorts of funny things that are not regulated. And that is why we say, at that stage, if you have anybody at that stage, you need to consult your healthcare professional.
Okay, I hope that answers your questions, ma'am. Thank you so very much. The last question, the last is Alaja Sekinat Lawal. Please, ma'am, ask your question. We can't hear you.
I can't hear her, ma'am. I can't hear you, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Good
ma'am.
evening, everybody. Yeah, my question has to do with the fact that because I have very close people that have died as a result of cancer. And what I noticed is that immediately they start chemotherapy, combination of chemo and radiation, there is this rapid degeneration. What can we say is responsible for that? Even for the one that is not advanced stage of cancer, like maybe they just discovered it, she did her surgery, and when she started the chemo, the deterioration was so rapid. Then after some review, it was now said that they shouldn't have done general chemo. It should have been a targeted chemo. What advice will you give in this regard? And are there no better options for people apart from chemo and radiotherapy? Because I know US has devoted a large percentage of their budget to research in the stem cell therapy. Are we looking at that as a nation? Do we have other alternatives? Because I know if there are no seen lapses, if they have not seen gaps in what we've known before, the therapies we've been used to, I'm sure they will not be devoted that kind of, billions of US dollars to research in stem cell therapy. What is the way forward? Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Alaja. Thank you so much. Doctor, over to you.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am, for that question. Like I earlier said, there are other options apart from radio or chemotherapy. And such options include immunotherapy, and another one is targeted therapy, and another one is stem cell therapy. So the truth is that chemotherapy, like as you mentioned now, it was systemic, and the person, it weakens them. Both radio and chemo weakens the immune system. We are trying to kill the cancer cell, and we're not just killing the cancer cell, we're also damaging the normal cells. So what happens? There's tendency for the person to be weak. Even sometimes when we want to, take antibiotics, you find out that after taking those things, you feel certain ways like you want to discontinue. So those are side effects of either the radio or the chemo therapy treatments. All right. So other options, like as you said, can actually be looked into. A lot of research as going into we talked about immunotherapy and then stem cell therapy, which we are looking at. And if we can remember earlier on, I made mention of the fact that when it comes to immunotherapy, there's what we call the checkpoint inhibitor. And what this does is that it helps to enhance the immune system or immune response. And then also there is what we call the vaccine. Although that one is related to those type of cancer that will be vaccinated upon, like the HPV vaccine that can help to prevent human papilloma virus. And then I made mention of targeted therapy. Here we have what we call monoclonal antibody. Now, the targeting specific cancer cells, that's another way of treatment. Then we have small molecule inhibitor, whereby it helps to block the cancer cell growth and division. And then we also have the stem cell therapy. Number one, repopulating the immune system by doing what? By replenishing the immune cells to enhance cancer fighting capability. And secondly, under stem cell therapy, we have differentiating into cancer fighting cells. We all know that stem cells have the ability to differentiate into various cells. So those cells that are supposed to fight cancers, what stem cells will do is that they help to repopulate or differentiate into those cells in more, so they can go and fight the cancer. There are certain agents that can fight cancer, so we call them anti-cancer. All right. So that is that. Although these three I have mentioned are more milder as to compare with chemo and radio. You understand? So that is that. I hope I've helped in this regard. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thanks so
you
much,
so
sir.
very much. Thank you so very much, Dr. Victor. At this juncture, I want everybody in the house to fill the room with MOG. Dr. Victor has been very busy today because I was still keeping tab on him to know, oh, doctor, our meeting is still at 8, and he was still at work, and he told me, Alex, don't worry, we are going to do this. And Dr. Victor came, despite all the challenges that the network was posing, Dr. Victor was able to do wonderfully well with us this evening. I want to say a very big thank you to you, Doctor. We are not taking this for granted. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is a moment of truth. There is something we need to let you know. It's not just about talking about a problem without proffering a solution. Dr. Victor mentioned the stem cell therapy, and I am proud to announce to us that when you talk about stem cell, you're talking about stem cell in various degrees. We have multipotent, the totipotent, the unipotent, and all that are all in the class of stem cells. And we are talking about a totipotent stem cell that can help in regeneration. Our PHYTOSCIENCE stem cell falls into the category of one of these. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to quickly help me take a look at this. We will quickly run through this. Since we are all made of stem cells, our therapy are stem cells from Mibel Biochemistry of Zurich, Switzerland. These are some facts about stem cell. Everybody has stem cell. Everybody uses stem cells every day. Stem cell die. Stem cells also diminish with age, lifestyle, environmental factor, and we need to be deliberate about it. You know, Dr. Victor was saying a lot of things about environmental factor. He's talking about epigenetic factor. He's talking about mutation of genes. He's talking about DNA. He's talking about distortion of everything. Now, what can you use that you know is not going to distort anything for you? This is a vegan-friendly stem cell from the stable of PHYTOSCIENCE. And I want to let you know that PHYTOSCIENCE has the combination of this wonderful, the double stem cell and the crystal cell. Let's take a look at this. What would this do for you? The crystal cell, you can see properly represented there, is the rich tomato that has lycopene. Lycopene in the crystal cell, and so many other things, extracts that are in the crystal cell with the double stem cell that will help you fight a lot of things, put you back in shape. What the PHYTOSCIENCE stem cell therapy will do for you, just like he was saying something about chemotherapy, fighting even the healthy cells and the cancer cells. The PHYTOSCIENCE stem cell will not kill the healthy cells. It's going to make dormant the cancerous cells, and it's going to help in regenerating brand new cells. This, the crystal cell and the double stem cell will do for you. And how do you consume them? Underneath your tongue. It works from the sublingual gland right up. Now, another thing that you will want to take into consideration is what we call the snowfield forte. The snowfield forte is an algae, a snow mountain algae. And if you have listened to one of those Nobel Prize winners that made this announcement, he was able to prove that cancer cannot thrive in an alkaline-rich environment. So the Snowfield Forte is going to help you balance the acid alkaline count in your body to prevent anything cancer. But how do you take the Snowfield Forte? The Snowfield Forte does not go underneath the tongue. The Snowfield Forte is mixed in 50 cl water and you drink gently. You can finish it within 30 minutes. Apart from this, PHYTOSCIENCE has plentiful of other products. And I also quickly want to take a look at the Actual Plus. The Actual Plus will help you with your immunity as you are fighting that terrible cancer. So if you are going to be taking a deeper look at PHYTOSCIENCE, you want to consider the crystal cell with the double stem cell, the Snowfield Forte, and the Actual Plus. Now, because our time is gone, Alex will want to quickly get to almost to the end. Pardon me, I will not be able to take testimonials because of our time, but there are a lot of testimonies from multiple myelomas, from different kinds, sarcomas, schwannoma. I used to think sarcoma and schwannoma were cancers of today until I read in one of the journals that it dated back to 300 BCE. I was shocked. I said, yes, sarcoma has been there. The doctor was talking about soft tissue cancer, and I read and found out that the soft tissue cancer has been since a long time. So how do you come on board? Someone has just invited you to PHYTOSCIENCE to come and listen to what the doctor is saying. You can lay your hands on this wonderful product. Get back to the person who invited you to this presentation. If it has been shared on a link, go back, check that link. If it was shared on a group, go back, check for the number on that group. If it was shared online, if it's a sponsored ad, please trace it back. Get back to the person who's invited you and let them get this done with you. We have packages. The first on the list is $2,731.58. We transact in dollar, but we are in a Naira economy here, but this presentation is not just targeted at only people in Nigeria. There are a lot of people who are here tonight and they are not just Nigerians. So the next on the list is the Platinum 2, which is $2,449.93. With that, you're going to get as much as what you have on my screen tonight. Then the next one is $1,470.06. You're going to get this. You see something mentioned, the best buy. Yes, it is one of the best buys. Just get in touch with the person and let them know that you want the PHYTOSCIENCE stem cell therapy. And we have another one, which is $994.55. And I think if you really want to take care of cancer, you should be thinking of this package upwards, because we want to advise you, whatever it is, make sure you do at least a 6-month therapy. This package, $994.55, can take you at least 6 months. But remember what the doctor said. The doctor said you attack according to how the cancer is coming. Don't say, oh, I don't have the funds, let me do 206.40. You see, I'm not even promoting it like so much, because the doctor said you do not just give it or treat it with levity. You give it back to back, because cancer is not looking at your face. Cancer wants to eat up everything that it is seeing. So I want to enjoin you. If you are here tonight, get back to the person. Just make sure you meet the person. Don't wait for them to come and meet you. And I want to beg you, don't say, I don't have cancer. It's not my portion. It's not in my DNA. My father, my grandfather did not have it. Some people didn't have it 6 months ago, but they went for just the checkup and they are shocked that they have cancer. It is not going to be an abortion truly, but I want you to try the preventive measure. If you think, oh, I don't want this for myself, why not take this therapy as a preventive measure? Take this therapy as a preventive measure. The PHYTOSCIENCE stem cell therapy has been helping to solve cases of cancer, but if there is no case of cancer, don't wait. You take care of yourself, because I heard from a wise man that prevention is far cheaper than, you know the words after. Thank you so very much, everyone. You've been wonderful. The room was filled to the capacity. A lot of people were calling, they couldn't enter. They are looking for Alex. Should we continue till 10 p.m.? I said, no, my time is limited. We have from 8 p.m. to 9, and I'm even running into after 9 because we started a little bit behind 8 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll say a very big thank you to you. You've been a wonderful audience. Kindly get back to the person who invited you to this presentation. We are really very strict about that. Thank you so very much. I will want you to unmute yourself now. You have the ability to unmute yourself now and say your hellos, say your greetings, and we're going to call it an evening. Thank you. Who are we?
We
We are the chain breakers.
Thank you
you,
so
Dr.
very much,
Victor. God bless
everyone. I
you for
really
the
do. I don't
wonderful
want to
Thank
take
vision.
you,
anything for
Emeka.
granted.
So
Thank you,
God
and
bless
see you
you.
on Wednesday.
It was an
Thank you so
amazing
much,
Bye,
everyone. See
Emeka.
you on
Bye,
Wednesday.
everybody.
Thank
See
you
you.
so
See
much,
you.
everyone. Have a
What a
great
great
night,
dream. Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye.